Okay, so I just tried recording this, but my capture was on the wrong setting. So we're back. Essentially, uh, I've got an RPGMaker. I want to mess around with it, see if I can figure out how to use it. There was no tutorial when I loaded this up, which I just loaded this up a moment ago and started a new file. And I want to see if I can mess around, figure out how to use this, and go from there. So what I've learned so far is I'm on the basic map. This is just what it gave me to start with. This green pasture and a little character. And I can draw little paths with a couple of preset terrain options, such as magma and bush. Um, I've learned what the undo button is. I can make little whirlpools. It's kind of nice. Alright, and then the only other thing I've done is I've selected event mode, which turns it into this grid. I was a little concerned at first. I thought I was just looking at grid mode, but I lost all my terrains. But on this, I can create events for certain things. I'm not really sure. Conditions, I can select an item, which there are some empty ones. There are some preset ones for potions and such. Okay. Actors. I'm assuming this just means the character. That, I could set it to say, if Michelle comes here with a super potion. That doesn't seem right. Contents. New contents. Uh-oh. Okay. So this is what will happen, I assume. I can change the HP. Okay. Okay, so I could say if Michelle shows up to the square that I selected with a super potion. What is a self switch? A, B, C, D. Uh-oh. My cat's on the desk. Alright, buddy. You're going over here. Okay. So if Michelle, and then I have options. If you're walking, okay, I'll just select this trigger. If a player touches this spot, maybe I don't care if it's an item. I can show text, and what does the text say? Howdy. Background is window. I can show where it comes up. Preview. Howdy. Okay. Okay. Do I want anything else to happen? Change your gold. Increase by 243, of course. Okay, I've got that set. Who is this character? You know what? I'm going to edit this because I'm assuming this is character 1. Read. Let's see. Game. Playtest. Okay. Alright, the game's ready. Let's playtest. Uh-oh. Project 1, new game. Okay. Okay, I'm Reed. I can't move. Oh. I I can move by clicking somewhere. Howdy. I made it to my event. Okay, so if I click somewhere, my characters will go there. These are the preset characters. Okay. That's interesting. Let us see here. I can zoom out. That doesn't change the size of the map. It just... Okay. Let's see. A bunch of these... Okay, I'm back in the... I can draw. Undo that. What is this? Okay, I can choose... I want to make it a circle, autofill to a circle. Okay. What is this? Oh, flood. Okay. Oh. We're in the forest. Okay, let's go back to normal there. What is this? Okay. It looks like a cutting tool, but it's not telling me what it's doing. So it's kind of unclear. Okay, this is just zoom in and out again. 1:1 scale. What is this? Okay. Let's see here. We've got our characters. Alright. Classes. Experience curve. Okay. Ooh. That looks complicated. Now I've never done any game design whatsoever. Really. Other than a class in high school where we used a program which fundamentally is kind of similar to this. I think it was called like RPGMaker or something. And that I made a little bullet hell game. Not really bullet hell. It was like a dungeon crawler thing where you walk around the little map maze thing, and there were skulls that were flying back and forth that you wanted to dodge. That was like 8 years ago, so... Okay, I have a couple of... Whoa. Monsters here. Goblin, gnome, crow, treant, and high monster. Troops. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so these are like status effects. Restriction. Priority icon. Ooh, there are lots of icons. Acorn icon for charm. Alright. Oh, maybe that was a mistake. How do I put it back? Here we go. I have a couple that are not set. Okay. Animations. Oh, that was kind of loud. I can hit it with... Okay. There are a ton of effects here. I wonder... Now, I looked it up, and there are a handful of games that I've heard of that were made in RPG Maker. I know there's a way to add your own assets. So like your own particle effects or your own models or whatever. Oh, I just changed it to something entirely different. For now, I'd like to keep, you know, the sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'd like to keep the things, the animation as something that's recognizable, you know? So if I say slash, it looks like fire. Radiation. Okay. Tile sets. Okay, so that's my options. Oh, there's a lot more here. Inside. Dungeon. SF? What do you think SF stands for? We're looking for San Francisco out here. Okay. Overworld. Well, let's see here. Oops. Let's see if I can make a little goal for right now. Whew. Okay, this is a lot. Okay. Here's my goal. Common events. I have these overworld features. Yes, I want to discard changes. I'm gonna go to this event planner. I'm gonna get rid of this event. I'm just gonna, oops, delete that event. All right. Now I'm gonna, let's see here. I'm gonna draw a little forest. One over here, one over here. I'm gonna make a path. Let's see. This is a good path for our heroes to follow. I'll add some mountains back behind here. And maybe I'll throw a volcano in there as well. Some more alpine mountains. Okay. I wonder if I could... No, you can't really make that. Let's see. That doesn't really look oceany. I don't like that water section. I'll add a little. No, that's bad. Don't like that. You can add a tropical area down here. Sure. I wonder. See, okay, I haven't. Here's my confession of the day. I haven't played that many RPGs. Very few, actually. But I have played the pixel remasters, for Final Fantasy, the early ones. And I want to see if I can represent a town. And then when you walk onto that town, it will open up the town map, right? You'll go to that town. Let's see, where was I just at? Where it had all those options. How did I get there? Okay, here we go, the database. So let's go to tile sets. Overworld. I want to see if there's just like something that can represent a town. Out here. Are these just all of the buildings? I want to see if it's just got like a little sprite of a house. You know? Like, here we go. What did I just do? Okay. What is this? Oops. Okay. This is peculiar. I don't really know what that's supposed to be. Let's go back in that database. Oops. Let's see if I can remove that. Oh, world. This could be something I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, this is more like it. I've got a couple of options here. Let me say okay to this. And then I'll apply or see if that changes anything. Ooh. Oh, I have options. Okay. I can go to multiple. Is this just... Ooh. Okay. We're figuring it out. Should I plop a big old castle right here? And there's a castle. Okay. I want... They've got towns. Oops. I gotta switch to the other side of the town. Okay. Can I add just... Oh, yeah, you can just add... There are some just regular houses. It's a big place right there. How about this? What does this look like? Okay. Kind of looks a little cut off. Gotta add something in to make it look complete. Okay. Here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to make this an event. Call this event go to town. Alright. Now what can I do? Game progression. Movement. Transfer player. Wait. Scroll map. No. This looks like the area I want to be in. I want to fade out the screen. I want to transfer player to... See, I want to make the map... Here, let me hold off. Let me see. Can I... Okay. Oops. Map tree. I want to make a second spot. Character generator. I'll mess with that another day. How do I make a second location? I can make layers. Not really interested in that. Oh yeah, that's the square or the rectangle. Let's see here. There is a tutorial. I'm going to avoid that for right now. Unless I really can't figure this out. Database. Oh, new. Let's call this town. We'll make it outside. And okay, that's all I need. Alright, we're gonna make a terrain for this. Oh, undo. We'll make that. We'll make town have a path that goes 2 directions. It's just a cross. Oh. How does it fill? That's my, okay. Well, there we go. Let's see here. Can I make a house? Well, these are stairs. That's what's going on. I thought these originally were houses. Okay, let me add this like tent here. Oops. Undo. Set that there. Okay. And then let me go back. Make the path go right up to that tent there. And then I'll add another tent on the other side. Maybe I'll add it here. You know, right next to where my original, that other little path I made was. I am gonna cut it off a little. Going with tents for now because they seem like the easiest to make. Okay, hold on. This just sits over the path, which I kind of like. Can I add a path here? Go back here, add the entrance there, and okay, the path will line up. Alright, kitten. You're gonna need to not do that. I'll keep adding my path in over to here. And I'll take this, boom, plop that in. And here I am. Okay. So I can go back, oops, undo. Back to the event editor, and I can say go to town. This is my event, and then I'm going to transfer player to town. Okay. And then I'm going to fade in the screen. Okay. Now let's see how that looks. Playtest. Save my changes. Project 1. So I can walk up here, fades out, go to town, and I'm in. Here we go. I can walk up to this tent. Oh, it knows that I can't walk through the tent. That's kind of neat. I have no way to escape town, unfortunately. That's okay. But I'm in town. That feels like good progress. Go to the title screen. off all that volume. That stuff is scaring me. Okay. That's pretty neat. Alright. Now let's do one more thing. I'm gonna add an event. Call this enter red tent. Okay. And I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to go fade out the screen. Oops. I'm going to want to... Can I add new? I'm going to call this... Oh, sorry, kitten. I'm going to call this the red tent. Okay. We're in. Now, go here. Let's see if we can't find interior. Let's go to the database. Let's go inside. Okay. Will that change my... That did not change my options. Hold on a second. Inside. Tile sets. Okay. How do I change my tile sets? One. Okay, this looks like it's gonna be... This section here seems cool, but it seems also very complicated. Do I have... How do I get it to change to the indoor set? Is the question. Let's see. Tile set. World type, area type. I have no idea what the difference between that is. Trying to find how to make this page what I want it to be. How I can... Oh, hold on. I think I saw it. Oops. If I go down here... Oh wait, it's got ABC options. Okay, that's just what the same as this over here is for the outside. For the overworld. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. How do I change my tile set? Plugin manager. I'll save changes to the game. Sure, I'll save those changes. Oh, that's just play the game. Okay. Man, I really don't know what I'm doing here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think I figured it out. I need to edit, and I want to change my tile set to inside for the red tent. Perfect. Okay. Let's see here. Let's start by finding a decent flooring. Well, it wouldn't make sense for the floor of a tent to be, it would be grass. Okay, hold on. Let me just use my rectangle. Oh, that's the same grass as outside. I wonder if I can make it look a little different. Okay, I could start with this. What's this look like? Like a thatch flooring Is that what that is? It kind of looks like thatch. What does this look like? Oh, these are like stairs. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. What is this? No. Okay. Then let's start adding some interesting pieces in here. You know what could be good? I'll actually go back here. These are all little details. Huh. Can I... Does this look right? No, that's not gonna look right. I want to see if I can add sort of like a wall that looks decent. Oh, I'm still in the rectangle mode. Here's what I could do. I could rectangle this all out black, select my flooring, which I think I was going to use this, and go circle. And I can just start here and go here. Okay. Now that's sort of a tent shape. Now let's start adding some pieces in here. To decorate this, should I add this big couch? I don't think so. I think I'm going to add a bed over here. You wouldn't really have a fireplace in one of these. You can add a couple of buckets in the corner. I don't think all those are necessary. I'll add 2 buckets over here and a barrel. What is this? A washboard. Maybe I'll throw like a pail over here and a washboard. And then like a second bucket there. What's this? Okay, your money thing. Books. You've got the whole operation over here. Lots of alcohol, I suppose. Let's throw down some food stores. I want to add, you know what I might want to add? I might want to add a rug in the middle. So if I go back to square, I can throw in, okay, a nice big rug like that. Maybe this is like a communal space. Can I rotate this? Is a question. Can I... I wonder. What? Oops. It would be nice if I could rotate. And then it would also be nice if I can... Wait, is this... Oh, is this just add shadow? That's what that could be. I'm not really certain, though. Yeah, I think it would be neat if I could figure out how to rotate something here. Crest just on the floor. Could add a mirror over here. Looks kind of weird. This is a table. Is this, hold on. Can I make the table big? This is not designed to go with that. Okay. We're working on it, don't you worry. Throw down a vanity. I think this room is deceptively large. I really do wonder if I can rotate an item. Oops. I'm not seeing a way to rotate. I'm sure I will figure that out eventually. Oops. I just got rid of another thing. I think this is decent. Well, if I put down a table right here in the middle, on C, am I able to put something on the table? Kind of. Okay, if I go back to here and I grab table, that looks weird. Not really. There's not really a lot of great table options here. I'd like to just have, you know. Okay, can I scale this up? You just put some decoration on this table. Doesn't really lock into place. That's the issue. I'll just throw down a doll over here. Hey, there's some creepy dolls in the corner. What is this? A jewelry box. See, that's an issue I'm running into right now, is that things are not on the same scale as each other, as much as I would like them to be. So I think I will have to improvise, adapt, overcome. Is there perhaps an option here that just is like table texture and I can make it to my own size? So if I maybe... Okay, yeah, that's table that I can size. Weird thing, it does kind of mess with the textures of other things, but, you know, I can throw a turkey on there, and the pie, and the full English, and it kind of looks normal. Okay, let me throw down an event in here. If you walk up to the money bags, you can get money. And then party, change gold, increase, 234 gold. Boom. Okay. And then let's add an event, say, call this go to sleep. And then let's see, I can change my HP to variable. Let me just say increase to increase by 450. Okay. Sure. Let's add a thing here. Leave tent. And we'll say, if you leave the tent, you're going to fade out screen. Well, actually, no, because I can discard changes here. I can add event. Copy event page. No. Here I have an event. Go to town. I'm going to copy the event page. No, because that'll put me over in the corner. Okay. So I'm just going to go into town. I have this event screen. I'm going to transfer the player to red tent right here. Okay. And I'm going to fade in the screen. Okay. I'm going to go into the red tent. I'm going to create an event. Leave red tent. Okay. Then I'm going to, I need to fade out the screen, transfer the player to town right here. Okay. And then I need to fade in the screen. Okay. I'm going to add an event here that says leave town. Fade out the screen. Transfer player to the overworld right here. Okay. And then I'm going to fade in the screen. Alright, you can leave the tent. You can enter the tent. You can leave the town. You can go to town. Let's test it. Save these changes. New game. I'm going to walk here. I'm going into town. Hit B, I can run around town. And I can go here. I'm in the tent. Can I go get my money? Okay, I can't. Okay. Those are going to need some work. But can I leave town? Leave the tent there. And I can leave town. Hey. I feel pretty good about that. I think that's where I'm going to call it for today. I'm going to save project. And maybe I'll do another one of these at some point. This is kind of fun. This is kind of cool. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.